Well, you know what? I've got two former 12s right here, and Mike
Yeah.
Robinson and Nate Burleson, guys. But what do you think? Football players, they have to be the most mentally prepared?
You know what? Since I did play the game of football, I have to go with Sherman. I have to kind of go in that direction. To have 11 guys to be on one accord, to do things to score or to stop a team from scoring, that's very, very difficult. And on top of that, these are some of the best athletes in the world.
Yeah.
In the world, okay? Running into each other and just having all of these things that they have to encounter. I have to go with football.
Well, let me toot my own horn for a second. I was Seattle Athlete of the Year, which means I played 3 sports.
Oh, okay.
You know,
Athlete.
High school now.
Right.
Shout out to Old Day High School. So I can have an appreciation for other sports. You know, so I understand that what we do as football players and what I did for 11 years is the same thing that baseball players do, basketball players, even golfers, tennis players. So, you know, I think there's a lot of different sports out there that sometimes we don't get to see because we get caught up in our own little bubble.
Well, as you guys know, a lot of people like to react to what Richard Sherman puts out on Twitter.
Of course.
Yeah, so we have some other athletes, and because if you're not first, you're last, we'll go with the NASCAR tweet first here. Dale Earnhardt Jr. tweeting to Richard Sherman, "Are you sure about that, R. Sherman? 25, 43 race car drivers at 200 miles an hour, just inches from each other, takes it to a whole new level."
Yeah.
What do you think?
Well, listen,
Junior have a point.
This past weekend, I was at the Michigan International Speedways for the first time, being behind the scenes, understanding what NASCAR is all about. Shameless plug, my clothing line, Lion Blood, represents
Look at this guy.
Ginger Lion, Cole Witt. He's a driver. So I sat there and talked to him
Yeah.
for 3 days, and he was watching races when I walked into his RV, just like I would watch film on Friday and Saturday, just like we would watch film. And then he talked about all the minor details. The guys on the headset was similar to a coordinator telling the players what was going on the field. So there's many parallels. So I say I could agree with Sherman, but also shout out to all the NASCAR guys.
Absolutely.
Those guys are professional athletes.
Well, Jose Batista, as you know, one of the home run kings in Major League Baseball, had a little something to say about it as well, saying, Richard Sherman, I have less than half a second to make a decision. I mean, you got a fastball coming 100 miles an hour at your head. He's got a point, right?
Yeah, he does have a point, but also when that receiver runs that 9 route and that quarterback puts that ball on the outside shoulder, drops it right in the bucket, Richard Sherman has less than a split second to react to that too. So there are some parallels, but again, I play football. I know what football players go through.